young field to FDU. And you take a look at their lineup, look at it. Sophomore, and freshman, which bodes well for the next couple of years. And they have really shot the ball very well for Greg Herenda. Meantime, Bashir Mason, who was once recruited by Greg Herenda, he's got his Wagner starting lineup. And you see a couple of juniors, seniors in there as well, Coach.
Well, they're good. And very simple. Solid the backcourt. Physically, you know, for a mid-major team, pretty physically impressive. This should be a heck of a game. And by the way, someone is going to Henson tonight, as the great Kyle Rabbit once said.
What a great feeling it is. And I know you've experienced this before. You experienced not only in Connecticut, but in Northeastern. You know what this type of environment is like versus a real big, college atmosphere. You've got 2,200 people jammed in here.
Yeah, and it could be 22,000. It makes no difference.
Right.
This is exciting for both schools. 10 years and 12 years away from the NCAA tournament. Special game, special kids playing.
All right, you got a Mike and Mike deal at the center court. Mike Himon and Mike Holloway, and the jump goes to the home team, Wagner.
2-3 zone, and I thought they might do that. Once again, somewhere probably Wagner's going to have to one of two things: get the ball inside or make some outside shots. Be interesting.
The scorer is Carey, Mike Carey there. He just lost the ball trying to drive the lane. He's coming off a 28-point performance. Henson, good dish to Amon away from the foul.
Yeah, nice pass. Unfortunately, the defense didn't work right, but real nice play on the penetration.
FDU will push and push and push. If they get an open shot, they'll take it. They score almost 80 points a game. Driving layup, missed. It's a wild shot, an air ball. Marcus Towns is back the other way. Comes Wagner, three from the corner. What a shot! Wagner up 5-0 early as Henson hits the bottom of the net.
Well, a young team doesn't want this to happen, but they're now poised. Get a good shot. Make sure that nothing starts happening early. Pretty good defense right there.
Wagner in a man-to-man. Potts misses the long three.
I'm not crazy about that shot. They can get a better one. At this point in the game, once again, long time ago, we just got started, but you don't want to get in the deficit early.
Henson another three. Out on the big board. They'll start again.
We talked about that rebound. You can't give the team up 5 on you. All of a sudden, some second shots.
The shot clock hasn't really gotten beneath 15 before each team launches, and Amon at the 15-second mark draws the foul against Holloway.
Nice move through the post, by the way. Really good spin. You got to pick up trailers. Fast break isn't just getting back. It's getting back and finding somebody. That time they jammed the lane, left a wide open three-pointer.
Henson's a 41% three-point shooter. This team shoots very well, FDU in particular. But Henson's over 40% from three, and the first free throw from Amon is missed.
Yeah, both these teams are going to take threes. Obviously, FDU takes more and actually shoots at a very high percentage. But regardless, you got to get back and match up. I don't like tones being set. Right now, I don't like offensively. I know it's just a few minutes in, but I'd like to see FDU really calm down and try to get their shot.
Anderson, fadeaway, down to go.
Well, I tell you what, he penetrated. People think he penetrated the ball. He did, but also with his shoulders. When he turned his shoulders and made body contact, he was then in charge. He got his shot, not the shot they gave him. You're going to have to play that foul line. That's been open the last 3 times.
Soft touch from Mike Carey, who's a 6'5 junior transfer.
And you can see, Carl, where they want to attack that zone. Right, the foul line on the post.
Driving layup missed. Holloway over the back. No call, but it's off him. They're going to be Wagner ball.
Well, you got to be relatively happy, though they did get a layup. They missed it, but when you get into the paint, good things are going to happen. A little bit of 2-2-1 being set up. I don't know if it's a delay press or they're trying to just slow them down a little bit. A 2-2-1 normally is a slow down press. And that time it was.
Yep.
All right, back 2-3. When the ball gets centered, there is no weak side.
Great play down low. Carey finds Amon, who's having his way down low.
When the ball gets centered, no weak side. You can't give help. You jam in, okay, they throw out. You go out to play a three-point shooters, they go in. Got to keep that ball out of the foul line, out of the 2-3 zone.
Coach Wagner's 4 or 5 from the field to start. They got a 9-2 lead. Holloway backed up, and he took some steps. Good defense from Amon.
I I'd like to see this consistent. The officials are letting the bangs go, which I like. They're letting the kids play. For example, I always say the kids are going to win the championship, which is a good thing. Back to a little pressure, back to the 2-2-1 again. Nope, extended it, okay? And a 1-2-2. Just trying to give them different looks, slow them down, make them take a few dribbles, don't let them attack them. Oh, Kerry's an impressive-looking kid. You see with the uniform, he's a good side, can play 2 or 3 quarter positions.
Kerry, one time a top 100 prospect, recruited by a lot of the Big 12 schools. That's him there. And he's off to a hot start, continuing that 28-point effort, and they turn the ball over on the inbounds.
We talked about boys, and that was not. Just a lazy hurry-up pass.
Do we consider a timeout this early?
I wouldn't want to. If they score again, you have no choice. Right now, you're only 20 seconds away.
2 straight turnovers. Amon all the way to the rack, and it goes in. Now Wagner is shooting lights out here.
Well, they're getting terrific shots. They're getting layups. You can't allow that to happen. They are getting good shots, and they're making sure they get good shots. But
another quick 3. I can hear the coach say,
the hour's coming in, Kyle. I would be saying something else. I was on that bench, I can tell you right now. You need to stop here. Although it's early, the trend right now is not a good one. And I don't believe, obviously, FDU is getting good shots. Clearly, the defense isn't as good, and the offense is a little hungry right now.
Wagner has got 10 points in the paint. And a turnover on the baseline. Up 13-2. Wagner 6 of 7 to start. And the whiteout crowd standing on their feet. Has taken both threes. And in an earlier meeting here, he hit 2 threes in the last minute, which ultimately gave Fairleigh Dickinson a win over Wagner. They came in here and stole a game when Potts hit 2 threes. But so far tonight, he's ice cold. Penetration by Jiggets. That's Potts. It's a much better shot.
Well, the ball changed hands. The ball was penetrated. It wasn't just a quick shot. Good offense. Leads to good results. All right, now they're going to have tightened up. Back to the 2-3 zone. Let's see what the job they do keeping that ball out of the foul line. Got it. Yep.
They forced it into him, and he is 3 for 3. Carey's not missing.
Well, he was contested. He did that because of his elevation, not because of his poor defense. Although I still don't want to see him catch the ball at the foul line.
Drive dish to Holloway, ball on the ground. Shot short and missed. Potts with a rebound, though. Good work.
Well, that's 2 times in a row they've got down the block. One led to a layup. The other one led to the offensive rebound as everybody went to block the shot.
Mentioned Carey was a top 100 high school recruit. Auburn, Baylor, Kansas. He decided on Texas Tech. And as he had committed, a grade fell through the NCAA clearinghouse. Billy Gillespie then left. He went to the Canary Islands, to the Canarias Basketball Academy, and then ends up at San Jacinto Junior College. So you're getting a kid that was, Kansas-type player.
Physically, he looks like a big player for anybody. He's a terrific-looking specimen. He really, really can shoot the ball, and he seems to have a well-rounded game. Better shot selection now by FDU, trying to get themselves back in the game. 1-3-1 zone now. 1-3-1 zone. I'm not sure if everybody knows it, but it is a 1-3-1. Got to get there. It is here. They're going to try to throw what I call X passes. Wing to lane, lane to wing. And those are just Xing against the 1-3-1 zone.
There's that elevation we talked about.
Exactly.
28-10 in their last win, which got him here, and he's playing with an incredible amount of confidence.
Got it.
Sorry, our defense too. The shots are contested, the passes are contested.
It's better. I mean, they finally packed the zone in. They come out early flat, just figuring they're going to stand. A zone like man's got to be moved. I mean, all you see Syracuse play for many years. Their zone moves and adjusts to you.
Aaron Edmeade has come in. JoJo Cooper goes to the bench.
Well, JoJo Cooper is a terrific ball handler, but not a great scorer. Right now, they're looking to score. I'll tell you, good ball pressure right now by Wagner.
Darnell Edge also in. Potts can't get that to go.
Shot the ball.
Malik Miller, 35, contests that shot. Off the iron, and FDU will try to push as well. Oh, it goes, and a foul, and that's more FDU pace. Darian Anderson gets it to go off the window.
And this best simplifies what FDU, not necessarily a perfect ending, but perfect attacking the rim, getting to the lane, head up. That's why he finished. He put the head down. He doesn't finish that play. Terrific play. You got to like Anderson. You got to like Potts. This is a good backcourt.
Just like that, it's a 4-point game.
Yeah, and getting their shot. The pressure is slowing up Wagner a little bit.
Yep. Now they try a full-court press and trap, and they are able to break it.
And then retreat back. So what they're trying to do is just, once again, make them take some time down to 20 seconds in the shot clock.
Saunders, wide open.
Only bad thing's going to happen is going to keep allowing them to take foul line jump shots. Because they come up and play them, the ball's going to be denied by one of the top two men that we call them wings, one of the top two wings.
They've definitely found a hole there.
They definitely have.
That bucket ends a 7-0 run. Anderson, tough shot.
Yeah, it's a bad shot.
Good defense, too, by Wagner.
You're being kind. Nice move.
Good ball fake, shots blocked, but a foul on the way in.
I'm not sure every time down, Kyle, that they changed enough defenses that they were set in the defense that time. That time I thought they were in 2-3 zone, 1-3-1, and they almost looked half man-to-man. And they lost somebody and cost you 2 shots at the line.
Saunders has come in with little instant offense, 73% free throw shooter. He goes to the line trying to add to a 6-point lead. That foul was on Potts, his first.
By the way, nice to get a 10-point scorer coming off the bench.
No kidding. I want to remind everybody, 4 playoff teams highlighting our game, at least 2 tonight that are trying to get in. NBA Wednesday. We'll let you know who's playing in a moment. Also, that SportsCenter, as you know, will follow. That's Wednesday. Our game here, 18-11. Winner goes to the NCAA tournament to punch a ticket. Heavy pressure from Henson on top. It looked like he contacted and forced a foul.
But they are penetrating. The more they penetrate, the better things happen. I think that coach wants their attention. Just like we're just watching.
Is it the red? Is it the red face? What is it?
It's a combination of all those things. Whistling, you can't snap fingers to get the player's attention.
It's a rare 3, short. No offensive presence on the glass. Now, the push from Wagner. Carey's gone to the bench. Saunders off of his foot will go the other way. 18-11 as we are just underway. 11:45 to go in the first. Wagner on top.
The Lexus come.
He's not making foul shots, 1 for 4. In a game like this, for championship, you don't want to be missing foul shots. Let's see if we can go back to FDU getting a little more patience. But I'm telling you right now, pretty good defensive pressure. Very good, matter of fact, by Wagner.
2 top scorers for Wagner, both on the bench. Amen and Carey, 3 of 3 each. Potts continues to force up long 3s and 2s.
Yeah, he's good. He's a very good player. He needs to get better shots and open shots. Don't waste your ability by taking bad shots. Better job collapsing down that time.
Gassan Name is number 23. He's come in for FDU. He may be their best pure shooter. We'll see if he gets some shots.
Yeah, but they've been getting the ball inside. You'd rather have a couple 3s thrown up against you right now. Good penetration.
Great penetration. Great steal.
Great steal. I agree.
Quick hands and a long outlet pass goes away. Terrific play by Saunders there to pick the pocket of Malik Miller as he was going to the hoop.
This is an awful big-time defensive play. You know, I was talking about the offense. Terrific defensive play. Safe. It looked like a sure hoop.
Carey's back in the game. Ed Mead comes out. Both teams use between 9 and 11 players. They'll go pretty deep.
They are. And you know what? Someone once said to me, the only time you have a bench is to use the kids.
He's using them. An offensive foul called on that charge. Marcus Towns went hard to the hole.
Well, that all had to do with where he took off. He put his head down. He didn't look inside. Man, he's got to go straight up about now. By the time he gets in there, that's a good take, big fella.
Mike Ament having a very good game. He hasn't missed a shot. He just drew the offensive foul.
The game's starting to settle in, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's like frantic in the early going. And that's to be expected. As we said, there's a lot on the line.
Gary, good ball fake.
Very good ball fake.
Leads to a three, and it's good. (21-11) Wagner. They continue to be hot from the outside, and that's FDU's calling card, the three-point shot.
I said before the game they've got to make shots. Well, right now, Wagner is. Nice
Good pass.
Yeah. You know, the great size is not there to block those shots. So if you can penetrate, you've got to make sure you get a man that flashes to the post every time.
Rame, who is the shooter, drew the defense and then found Holloway underneath for an easy layup.
Carey does a lot of things, doesn't he?
Yeah.
See the rebound, playing the post, playing the high post, playing the point guard. Yeah. The zone slid better than three-point shooter that time. Good job that time also, yeah.
It's nothing but the backboard.
Shot
It's
clock.
shot clock violation. It did not hit the rim.
That shows you can pack the zone but still get out the shooters. You know what it takes? Work. A four-letter word. A four-letter word called work.
Is Greg Herenda there on the sideline trying to find the right combination because he's really shuffling guys in and
He's
out.
trying to find some magic. I think he's settled down a little bit in defense, signs some magic on offense. Get some movement. Get better shots. He's got a shooter in the game, too.
Yep. I tried to draw the charge, but Holloway now with a couple of baskets here.
What a good-looking freshman, huh?
Strong. It'll be a six-point game. FDU seems to be on the ropes a lot, but they've managed to keep it now to 6. Gary flashes, they didn't get it to him. 3 off and a big battle for the board, and here comes FDU. A bad job by Saunders to cut off what would have been a 4-on-1.
It would have been. It's the right play. You know, the thing is, you start piling up fouls sometimes, and the kids see all the NBA and stopping the break, but that was probably a layup. Second personal.
Which is more important. Saunders goes to the bench.
Yeah.
Henson back in, as is Stephon Jiggets for FDU, number 1, the point guard. See if they keep trying to feed Holloway down low. Not there, long 3, and that goes in. Anderson, 3-point game.
All of a sudden, a little bit of defense and better penetration on offense, getting better shots. It's a game.
It's the ignorance of youth. You know, you don't get,
you're right.
You don't get bothered by an early deficit. 3 from the corner, that drops from Corey Henson.
Yeah, get out to that corner. Henson's probably, if not their best shooter, awful close to it. I don't know if that fadeaway shot, 15 feet.
Very great pass and an easy layup. He has done it all tonight as he got that one to Henry Brooks.
Nice pass, and you're getting contributions, as we said before, from your bench. That's really important in a game like this.
Just like that, a 3-point game is now 8. Anderson 1-on-1, fadeaway, in and out.
I like that much better than a couple of other shots he took. That for him is probably a good shot.
Too easy, but the ball doesn't go in. FDU now pushes the other way. Yeah, quick hands on defense, don't they?
By the way, on that layup, before he broad jumped, long jump, high jump, straight up to the rim.
We're looking for height. We're not looking for distance.
Yeah, they did, and I think Greg Herenda said the same thing. I mean, They got outplayed, but they made the shots when it counted.
Back to the press for FDU. Carey, who's got 5 assists, 6 points, 3 rebounds. And wears, of course, a very famous number 23 in basketball circles.
I wonder where that came from.
Michael Jordan presence never goes away. Carey hesitated, and he missed it.
But once again, ball was passed to the foul line. They got a layup.
Fairleigh Dickinson, known as the outside shooting team, 7 of their 8 field goals have actually come in the paint.
Exactly.
They're going to get a little nudge on Henry Brooks.
But I like what they just try to do. Get the ball inside. Try to create something. Inside out is much better. We found out that 7% higher three-point shooting when you have an inside-out pass, stepping into the three-point shot.
Fouls beginning to pick up for Wagner. They have 5 now.
These teams know each other's out-of-bounds plays and everything else so well. They're calling them before they run them.
Third time in about a month they have played each other. Holloway just bangs for it, and he gets it. Number 3 from the corner, a little long. Wagner gets it. Potts hit the ground hard as he went for the offensive glass. Wagner comes in having beaten Robert Morris 59-50 and LIU Brooklyn 81-65 to get here. Cooper's 3 is way off.
That isn't what he does. I mean, he's a terrific player, but that's not his forte. He's kind of stuck on that 8 points for the last 2.5 minutes now. Yeah.
A little scoring drought for both teams. Potts, an ankle break. Can't get the left to go, but
I'll tell you one thing the FDU kids do when they turn the corner, they make body contact on the defender. You can't leave space so you can block a shot. You got to turn the corner with your body, not with the ball.
6th team foul. Cooper to the bench. Edmeade back in. And for Potts, the headband back on, which fell off when he collided with the floor the last trip down. Works the baseline. Pretty move there, and he gets it to go.
Well done.
The slasher as well as a shooter. And he's talking a lot, too. He and Henry Brooks.
These schools are about 35 minutes away from each other. The kids, most of these kids know each other.
That's a big mistake. The Carey has now missed 2 in a row. Chance to get it to 4. Wild drive and an offensive foul. Carey held his ground.
He's got to be able to slide his body in. Once again, he elevated. Let's see it. Yeah. That's a tough one. I'm not sure if the guy wasn't moving, too. He's going backwards. Maybe in the same plane, but he was going backwards. I imagine, Coach, that Wagner has a little bit of things going on, okay, at practice.
Yeah.
Playing shell defense, taking charges, because they do work exceptionally hard on defense. They're a very good defensive team. The best in this league. They're one of the top 65 in the country.
It is the best offense in the conference against the best defense in the conference.
And right now, defense is kind of in the game with only 26 points up there.
Henson finds a hole. He drives, can't go. Tipped in underneath, and a good effort by Henry Brooks.
You know, as I said, guys coming off the bench making contributions.
Yep.
That's the difference between almost all these championship games we ever play, and the great ones play great, but you need someone to step up.
A moment ago, you saw Greg Horrendous screaming at the officials.
I think he's trying to help them.
Well, they were given a bench warning for being out of the box. At 3, in and out.
Nice stroke, though. He had it. Good shot.
Carey trapped down there, kicks it back out to Anderson. Good hands by Henson, otherwise that ball's thrown out of bounds. FDU is 1 of 8 from three-point land, Coach. They can't win.
No, they can't, and they shoot it at almost 40%.
Right. Henson, Carey, money.
Yeah, but the penetration can't get in the lane. If you're playing zone, you're supposed to be protecting the paint, not allowing penetration. They've got to play man-to-man within the zone much better.
Holloway wants to go one-on-one here.
The finish wasn't great, but as a freshman, he's getting the ball to the basket.
And again, Holloway on the foul. His arm came down on Edmeade, who'll go to the line. Wagner has maintained a 6 to 10 point advantage here in the first.
Coach, he's doing a terrific job of getting that team turned around.
Really big test tomorrow against a Florida State team that is about athletic as you can find in the conference, especially with the NBA guys that they have in Beasley and Bacon today. Devin Booker also went for 15, while the other two had 13 each. They need a long run in the tournament if they want to get into the NCAA tournament.
No question. The thing that Florida State doesn't do, they rebound, they certainly defend. They offensively aren't a particularly great shooting team.
Lead back to 11. It's the largest lead of the game. It matches it. They started out 13 to 2. The big story of the game so far. Wagner now 11-0 as far as bench points go.
Nice backdoor cut. Come out of the timeout. Good play by spacing the floor that time. They put everybody aside, reversed the ball, and then a nice backdoor cut on the overplay.
Coach Greg Horrendous has done a good job. A couple of times out of timeouts, they've come up with a play that has led to points.
Great point.
Edmead works the baseline, ball on the ground. Nice dish, but it's lost by Carey. And the push to Potts, who loses it. Jiggets. Anderson. No foul, no follow.
Wow.
Miller gets it to go.
This might be the old Big East.
Three chances on the offensive glass, and Malik Miller gets it to go. First points off the bench for FDU.
But you know the running team rebounds much better in fast-break situations. They don't have quite the size, but they do have the athletes and the quickness. Really good play. They really chase the ball in the glass. In these games, you gotta keep refining yourself. And you're down, you're up. Poise, well, all the very things that are thrown in, you've got to find ways to make sure that you get there on winning time.
Miller misses the free throw. Ghassan Nami back in as well, number 23 for FDU.
They think Miller's going to be a terrific player. Only a freshman, nice size. Just got to grow into his body a little bit, but really, really can run.
So 11 now down to 7 as we're at 2:25 in the first half. Good hands by Miller. Heyman started really strong. He's cooled off a little bit. Number 34 for Wagner.
By the way, maybe just me. Are they banging quite a bit and it's a play on if there's no advantage? I kind of like the way this game is being called. I think I like it a lot.
I know this is right in your wheelhouse.
It is. What should I do if he hits me, Coach? Get him back. Nice hands.
Real good hands. Miller, the outlet to Potts. He's 1-on-2. He'll go anyway and get it to go.
You got to attack. He's an attacker. I've said that so many times. Too many teams lay back. When you see the rim, go at it. We're down to 5.
Yeah, a 6-0 run. Under 2 to go in the first half of the NEC Championship Game. This is a one-bid league, so whoever goes and wins, the other team, if it's Wagner, will go to the NIT. No assurance at all for Fairleigh Dickinson. And a crowd for FDU erupts as A-Man goes over the top of Miller.
And pretty good box out by Miller, by the way. Showing once again, this freshman's learning quick.
He's going to go to the line to shoot 1-on-1.
And Allman, by the way, is a very skilled basketball player. He's not the best athlete on the floor. What he is one of the better skilled athletes. That's why he's doing so well in this game. He knows how to play.
Miller missed his last free throw. He's a 56% free throw shooter. Edmead back in, Anderson out. These free throws help a lot. You got to make your free throws.
I think you helped him. He told him 56. He said, "I'll show you," and he did. No, I mean, the kids who work harder on it, they work harder on dunks, which they can do anyways. Work as hard on foul shooting, please.
1 of 2. 4-point ball game. And again, these teams have played twice this year. They split them. That pass to Carey deflected away.
I like them in space, don't you, though? When the ball's going up and down, and he can do that.
He's automatic.
Yeah, he can really shoot. He gets those feet set. That time the break set up the penetration. He was set up the open three. Terrific play by them. You've got to, once again, get back on defense. Match to the basket.
doesn't miss.
It looks like a 70% shooter in practice. He can really shoot the ball. The biggest thing about him is when he gets his feet set and squared, not off the move.
FDU has done a very good job for a team that is basically all sophomores and freshmen, not losing composure, and they play better when they play a little wild. They turn the ball over and go. Carey, easy layup and aim.
Yeah, really mature move. Big, strong body, got by his man, squared his shoulders up, made the layup.
33-30. Carey's got 10 and 5 assists. Under a minute to go in the first. Good hands and a steal, and now we're going to get a foul on Stephon Jiggets.
Not one-on-one yet.
Carey right in front of us. He does have a look about him that no one else really on the floor does.
He looks like he knows what he's doing, and he does. You know, some guys do, they don't. He looks like it, and then doesn't.
It's him with the ball.
Nice. You could see him setting that up, couldn't you? He hesitated, and then took his man.
He'll go to the free throw line, trying to shoot 2, and take a look at the elevation from Carey.
And that's how he protected the ball. Maybe with a knee in front, too. Let's see. Yep. He wanted off the defense. Terrific play. Terrific play.
Hassan Mame went down. Carey an 81% free throw shooter. One of those kids that if Wagner is to get in the NCAA tournament, you will watch. And given that he had an opportunity to play at a Big 12 school, you recognize he could probably, or he has the ability to play at another level.
Oh, I don't think there's a question. Because sometimes what stops a kid isn't the fact of anything but his physical size. He's got great size for a big-time two-guard any place.
Greg Herenda's going to take a timeout here with 26 on the clock, trailing by 5.
So many years, but putting his stamp on it.
Yeah.
Terrific job at all aspects.
You hear Coach Greenberg talk about it. In a lot of ways, they went back to what they once did. Kind of tapped into that tradition, ball movement, play defense.
It's his swing offense, which they went back to. And you're right back to playing defense, very disciplined. Wagner comes out in the 1-3-1.
Anderson the drive. They kick for a 3. Potts will take it. He's got it! How about a 2-point game as we're going to go to the break, 35-33.
You can't give FDU too many timeouts, I guess, huh?
And they've been great coming out of breaks. And Potts knows what
else. When the game is in space, but I don't mean fast-paced, FDU looks like a better team. When the game gets a little more half-court, clearly I think Wagner more experienced, a little stronger, better rebounding, certainly a little better defense. The game's different. Let's see what happens with the defense that Wagner's going to come out starting to play in the second half.
Potts and Jiggets are on the floor. Potts drives hard to the hole. He is a slasher, and he gets it to go.
I'll tell you what he has. He has great endings. You know, he gets there, but he then squares his shoulders, looks at the rim, and finds an ending. Very good play.
We are back to a tie game, 35 all.
Does that mean we're starting all over?
We are just about starting over. Less than 20 to play with a ticket to the NCAA tournament on the line.
The game's being played like that too, Bob. These teams are really competing.
Amen. Did he take a step? He did. Too many.
Well, he couldn't get control of the ball. I'm not sure if he took a step, but he was going to be called for something.
You think they would want to play through, and we'll watch as the second half unfolds. Just play through Carey. Let him at least get the ball and create something.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have many empty trips. By empty, I mean without him touching the ball. He doesn't have to have the ball the whole time.
Great ball.
He doesn't have to touch it. One thing about Potts, he's not bashful, number one, and he has no conscience, which for a scorer is great. Let's see what the call is.
We're going to get it on the floor.
Yeah, maybe a blocking call on the pass.
It's going to be on Darian Anderson.
Is his third personal. Currently Dickinson, first team ball in the second half. While Anderson along for your Seahawks. Shooting.
That was close. I don't know if he caused the travel or what.
They called the foul, I think, on Holloway. That's his third foul.
Wow.
So he's coming out of the game. Malik Miller will come back.
Maybe he got a grab. I didn't see it, to be honest with you. But Anderson didn't care. He's at the foul line right now.
Juan Anderson.
You know, these opening 2 or 3 minutes starting the second half of the game, to me, were always very critical.
Why is that?
I just feel that you came out, you made your adjustments, you want to see if, in fact, they carry over to your team. I mean, you started the game very poorly. You don't want to start the second half on the road, 18 and a half minutes away from an NCAA tournament ball. I mean, you spent 10 minutes talking to the kids about what we need to do.
Right.
Doesn't mean it always translates.
Because the other coach is doing the same thing.
Exactly right. They're really pressing the ball around. Good job.
3-ball, bottom of the net. Darian Anderson.
And we're right back to it again.
Fairleigh Dickinson's first lead of the game comes with 18:15 on the clock. Active 2-3 zone, tough shot. Corey Henson.
I like to call it the Kimmel Walker shot. Anytime the guy goes in, steps in, fades back, makes a nice shot. Once again, good shooting for him.
She gets all the way to the hole. No foul called as Heyman blocked the shot. Only the second block we've seen all game. Hard to the rack, no, but a foul. An aggressive play by Juan Anderson, and you can see Craig Horrendous got his hands up.
Let's watch that block. I'd just be curious. All
So, yeah, that's a foul.
That's a big time foul. Right across his body. Couldn't put his left arm up. I know they missed shots. That's not the point, but then right down the other end, you have the bang-bang play. It might be a play on. I know you can't duplicate, but you got to be equal.
Juan Anderson, a 70% free throw shooter, nearly missed everything.
They're a good foul shooting team. Haven't shot particularly well tonight, though.
There is something to be said about a team that you've seen 3 times in a month that is less than 40 miles away. You made the point. They know each other's tendency. They know a lot about each other.
They really do. Sometimes it isn't tonight, but it can cause very ugly games because everybody knows everybody.
Better defense that time as Potts had the ball knocked away.
That was legitimate defense.
Cooper all the way to the basket. Blocks a follow and a flush. Juan Anderson's been a difference maker here early in the second half.
He really has. Right now, the offense is at about 24 feet, just where you want it to be. Good defensive pressure by Wagner.
Tough shot. Short rebound by Carey.
Not a good shot.
Carey the dish. Heyman blocked from behind by Miller.
A pretty good athleticism being shown in this game by both teams.
She gets a 3. Off, and Heyman with a big rebound. Frantic pace right now being played as Henson takes a breath and the ball gets knocked away by Anderson. Take a breath.
Well, you think this would be the pace for FDU, but there's something you see about this Wagner team. They can play both slow and grind, and they can also play fast.
Anderson goes to the bench. What a contribution he made to start the second half.
Oh, he has been terrific to open that second half. I said in first 3 or 4 minutes, let's try to establish ourselves. I think we got a shooter going in the third game. He can do more than that, but he can really shoot the ball.
Gassan Nami comes back in for Fairleigh Dickinson. Heyman goes out as well for Wagner. Ramon Saunders comes back in. Carey kicks it to Saunders in the corner. Henson a 3, that's off.
Good block out. Good block out.
Bounce pass on the baseline. Fade away, no good. That's going to stay FDU ball.
You know, unless you're playing against Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Jabbar, some of the great players, you don't need that one-step fadeaway on not a jump shot, on a fallback shot. As I keep saying, we don't have to necessarily just get a shot. We have to get a good shot to a better shot.
Yeah, there's not a lot of 7-footers on the floor here. In fact, there are none.
No, exactly. So I'm not sure why anybody would fade away a shot like that. But regardless, once again, all out of bounds plays. As I said, both teams know them so well.
Brooks called for a foul as he was holding Miller. Fairleigh Dickinson has now missed the last 5 in a row. Gasson passed it to himself.
He throws the defense because the defense never expects an air ball. And that could be a travel, by the way.
I would have thought that was
well. The ball never hit the backboard, the rim. It was a reach in. You know, we still have almost 16 minutes to go. The fouls are starting to pile up now. You got to be careful.
They are. 3
but
for
don't lose your
SDU
business.
and 2 for really nowhere for the noise to go. It's a very loud building,
which makes it fun.
Good no call there.
It was a good. Let them both play on. He jumped into him. That's fine.
Gasson. Wow. Name has made 2 in a row.
He's an offensive player, and they need it. By the way, right now, FDU has 2 more points in the paint.
Did you see how Carey went up?
Oh, man. Every once in a while, you show you something pretty special like this.
He didn't have to pass it to himself that time either. No. Just went right in.
Come on, give the guy a break.
I was surprised he didn't play more. He must not be a great defender because he's a very good offensive player.
Oh, he can score.
42-42. The NEC Championship winner goes to the NCAA tournament. There's a travel. One of the first 2 meetings went to overtime. It was on this floor. And again, you can't emphasize how close these 2 teams have been over the history of the 2 schools. 100 meetings, 50 wins for FDU, 50 wins for Wagner.
You couldn't do 100-0. 50-50 made it just as hard. Make it exactly perfect.
Ame wants to shoot again. That time blocked.
Really nice defensive play.
His hustle keeps it alive. He steals it from Carey.
Good pass.
Potts. Count it.
Emotion. This game is played with heart, legs, everything else. But emotion is a key factor in check. And they're playing with incredible, both teams, tremendous emotion. Watch it steal, and then the pass, and then the finish.
Their mindset on a turnover is go, go, go.
All right. Get in our way. Too bad if you do, because here we come. And that's what they are. They're an attack team built upon. Right now, they have all 5 guys on the floor can go to the basket.
Potts looks for his 16th point. He gets it to go, and Fairleigh Dickinson's lead, their biggest, now 3.
A little more 2-2-1 pressure. Once again, it looks like they're trying to slow down Wagner. I got a feeling they're going right back to the elbow high post area to get the ball into it. Good pass.
Another one forced into Amen. They're going to count that basket too. Looked like he was fouled on the floor, but they're going to give him the 2 points and the free throw.
Let's see. Foul.
Close.
It was closer than we both thought. I could tell by your reaction what you thought, and you could tell by look what I thought. But
what good hands for a big man. That was a tough catch. Tough pass to catch.
He stayed with it. You know, it certainly wasn't a great catch. It wasn't an easy catch, but he stayed with it.
Fouls could play a role. We've had 8 called already, 5 of them against Fairleigh Dickinson, 3 against Wagner. Lots of shooting again. Money.
When in doubt, shoot. And I'd say what, feet were set. Squared himself up.
Played it like it's a home court for him. You can just see the comfort level.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, sometimes, and I don't think we've seen in this game yet, sometimes playing at home, where people expect you to win, is a little more difficult. He answered it.
Carey with an answer. And it's now a one-point game. You know, Greg Herenda says we're not the best defensive team, we're not the best rebounding team, but we'll fight. Is that what we're seeing tonight?
Yeah, and Wagner has to fight even harder. Oh, that's deep. That's really deep.
Unconscious.
What do you got that one at? 24 feet?
Close. I had it almost at 30.
Yeah, that's a long shot. I tell you, the emotion in this building. I don't care if you play this at an arena holding 50,000.
Perry.
Oh.
Let's see FDU try to run here. Potts has got 11 this half. When he gets it, he's shooting it. He gets it. The dish to Miller, tough shot. It goes, and FDU is red hot right now.
And they're playing on roll. They've got momentum. They want to play quick, and they are. I thought timeout coming.
Bashir Mason calls a timeout.
Very good timeout, by the way. You say obvious, but it was very good timeout.
The heads are being held high. One of them is Potts from three-point land, 9 of 15 overall. By Perry on the other side, leading the way for Wagner. He had a basket in between those two threes. He's got 14, the biggest lead of the game for FDU.
They're going back to the foul line. At least they're trying to get it back there.
Saunders 3 off.
Tough shot. Just shooting. Fake the defense by, take one dribble and shoot it.
They have Perry on the wing now instead of on that foul line.
Yeah, I like him better at the foul line, but he can do some things out here, too. He can do a lot of things.
Cooper drives. High off the window, doesn't get it to go. Carey rebound, lays it up and lays it in.
That's a big-time rebound. He's a big-time player. As I said, imagine he could play second guard and wing almost any team in the country. But he's at a great place here for him in Wagner.
He's got 16 and 8 rebounds, coming off a game in which he scored 28. Holloway, not the shot they want from him, and it goes back to Wagner.
You know, this is not a democratic situation. You know, he around the post is terrific. He doesn't need to be taking jump shots right now. He wants to reestablish himself without question. He's sitting on that bench. The best way to do it is by rebound, playing defense.
And underneath.
And underneath.
Saunders behind the back dribble worked well, freed himself up for the shot, but he misses it. A-man with a big rebound. He had it stripped. And a push from FDU and a foul out top on Henson.
When you talk fast break, that's what we're looking at.
And the turnovers lead to points, and right now they've led to a 4-point cushion.
An awful lot for a team like Wagner. Only, I think, averages about 11.5 a game.
Right. Potts and Anderson have 14 of the team's 20 points this half. As Jiggets drives all the way to the hole, but the ball deflected at the rim. A-man had it, and he lost it, but it was tipped out of bounds. And it will be Wagner's ball.
I think he got a little piece of him, and that's why they're getting the ball back. Instead of the foul. And sometimes you take that.
FDU on pace again. They score about 77 a game. 5 players average double figures, but today it's been both Anderson and Potts who have carried the load. Carey, long 3. Off and on a big offensive rebound.
Well, that's the thing that's going to hurt FDU. They know that tightening way up in the glass.
Carey had good position down low. He gets the ball and the foul. He just jumps a little higher than everybody else.
That's not the 9th offensive rebound. You can't give offensive rebounds. You play good defense, you got to secure the ball. And those fouls are starting to pile up after you. They already have 6.
Yep.
We still have almost 11 minutes to go. But you don't want to lose your aggressiveness.
Double high screen set. Saunders gets it. Now it's Amon. Got fouled and threw it up. 7th foul on FDU. That could go on Holloway. If it does, it's his 4th. Nope, they called it on Anderson, but that's his 3rd.
You know, he was fading away, and you kind of just got to let that go. Put your hands straight up. You can't lean into him. I'll tell you what, if you're going to the NCAA tournament, I'm not sure you'd like to face either one of these teams. They both are going to cause problems in different ways.
Yeah, you faced that. You were a 1 seed 4 or 5 times, so you had to deal with a 16, which one of these teams, if they're not playing in Dayton, Ohio, they're going to be a 16 seed.
Yep, I agree.
Potts all the way to the basket. Cannot be stopped right now.
No, he's feeling it. And you know, I love the fact that he shot poorly early. Now he's coming back. Very good basketball player.
Henson finds a hole. High arcing shot. It drops.
That's the kind of shot a scorer makes. Yeah. And that's just what it was. I mean, didn't have the jump shot.
Potts can't get it to go.
Yeah.
That's a silly foul on Holloway. That's going to be number 4 on him.
Yeah, and I believe 1-on-1.
It will send them down the other end for a 1-on-1 is right. Freshman mistake, and what do you say to him when he goes to the bench?
Well, I mean,
because you like the aggression.
Yeah, with 9.5 minutes to go in a game, you can't be trying to teach him. You're just telling him, you've got to be solid, you've got to be solid. You'll get your chance, be back in there, just be smart.
That's what's going on right now.
And they're talking to him. They're telling him next time in.
See a free throw shooting, and misses becomes a big part of this game. Good block by Amon.
It was. Oh, nice
free
spin.
ball and a spin move with a dish to Miller, who gets it to go. No foul called. 57-53 FDU.
I'll tell you what, both teams are pretty tough. FDU, the loose balls, they're going to find it.
You think about how quick they turn a turnover into a shot. It's within 5 seconds.
Oh,
off
really?
the turnover, the ball's going up.
And as a guy who coached fast break for 40 years, I love this.
Cooper, corner. Way off on that 3 from Henson, and a breakout.
And the point guard, probably the man to the text, he never got back.
That's Darnell Edge with the flush and a 6-point lead for FDU. They're less than 9 minutes away for a trip to the NCAA tournament. Defense packing it in a little bit, and then they try to extend with dish, but Amen can't handle it. Here's a 3 on the way from Cooper. Anderson offensive glass, and he charges the basket.
Well, I keep saying that. I think it's 11 for 12 offensive rebound. I sound like a broken record, but the broken record says you can't let them get second shots when you play very good defense.
Yeah, and it's no defense for that, but what happens when you shoot these long shots?
I agree.
Rebound.
Long, great point. But that means you've got to find the ball.
We're seeing FDU. Would you advise that, packing it in, because they're not making their shots, Wagner? Their threes 0 for 6 in this half, Coach.
Well, you know, I don't believe in that. I believe that you've got to play them honestly. Now, you can't go running out, say, at Cooper, who's an okay three-point shooter. Right. You got to run at obviously the better shooters. But you still got to continue to, what it is you got to move your feet. Get out to three-point shooters, adjust the middle, jam down, and then you got to rebound.
Last time Fairleigh Dickinson went to the NCAA tournament, 2005. And it's been since 2003 for Wagner.
His apprehension right now.
Look at Greg Herenda get into it with his own player who called a timeout.
He wanted him to call timeout, right. and the official wanted to play the call, not the coach. As this
get his Knights back to the big dance for the first time in a long time, 2005 for the school.
Good defense.
Long 3 though, and it drops out of nowhere.
Well, they work on threes every day. Right now it's paying off.
And the bench points continue to pile up for Fairleigh Dickinson.
That's a great point.
They were beaten 11-6 bench points in the first half. Marcus Towns hit that for a little floater there from Corey Henson.
And it's funny because Wagner works on the floaters.
Right.
And, you know,
Yeah, you do see a lot of that in shooting practice, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and you kind of, you reap what you sow, and very simply, teams that work on things, you'd love to see them now utilizing in games.
What a luxury for a coach. I know Potts has done the predominant amount of scoring, but Towns has come in, hit a three. They spread the ball in and out. They had a good shot from Anderson.
And that was great offense. It really was. Ball didn't go down, but the right play.
But you don't have, Wagner's got carry. And you can kind of focus on him. You've got to spread your defense around with FDU.
Well, it looks to me, obviously we know how good Potts is, but it's more of an equal opportunity offense as opposed to one dominating player. And every team's built different. I'd build my team around Kerry too. Right. He's a terrific player.
Now, Coach, we got 6:55 to go. You're on the sideline. You've been in this situation with smaller schools like Northeastern. Do you ever say we're 7 minutes away, or are you?
No,
really...
you can't be. You're going to be thinking about what happens after 5 with 6:48 to go. But I think you say the emotion is there. I think when you realize it, that right now, and whatever happens in this game in the next 6:41, right, you'll take with you all the way till next November. And you're here, and it's an opportunity for both teams. It'd be great for either program. And both teams well coached, good players.
And young teams.
Young teams.
Amon's a senior, but everybody has the ability to come back for both teams with the exception of Amon, who have made significant contributions. Yeah. This could be a little rivalry for a couple years.
And neither one of these teams look like they're going anywhere. Right. They'll be back here next year competing again. But when you get to a championship game, a lot of things have to happen for you to get there sometimes. And when you're in the midst of it, and right now you're leading, it's a great moment for both teams. One's trying to figure out how we can get back on top. The other one's how can we maintain.
9 fouls in the game for Fairleigh Dickinson. 9 fouls. 3-point lead for FDU. And they split the season series so far 1-1. Each team won on the other team's home floor. Marcus Towns, who played high school ball with Carl Anthony Towns, no relation. Shot clock was at 0 when that one went up. Carey's got the ball and a turnover.
And that was a good offense. They stayed outside 22 feet the whole way. Nice rebound.
Amon, they continue to dominate the offensive glass.
You know what? I said before, he knows how to play. He slid that body in there. Good effort. Really read the rebound. He just put his eyes up there, read the rebound. Nice grab.
9th offensive rebound this half for Wagner.
Amazing. And, I know one thing. If FDU loses, they're going to be doing some box out to us next year. And to be honest with you, if Wagner loses, they might think about some of the foul shots.
Right.
So, that's the way the game goes.
Holloway comes back in. Miller goes to the bench. Amon misses both. Free throw shooting starting to play a role.
No question. The defense, though, is still forcing FDU out to get the ball deep with a trap. Nice pass.
Anderson to Holloway. They kick it around to Potts. He buries a three.
Wasn't much question what he was going to do when he got it. I love his freedom when he shoots the ball. When he squares up like that, he's very good.
2 points shy of his career high, Earl Potts. 3 short. That's why Holloway's back in the game, as he does control the defensive glass.
Nice rebound. And that's what they're going to have to do. You don't want to be thinking about holding any ball or any shot clock. It's only shot clock right now, not game clock. Too much time.
Towns.
What do you got?
Ooh. Barry tried to draw position. And it almost looked like Towns lowered his shoulder, Coach, but with a moving defender, that's a good play.
Well, if he's moving, most likely 95% of the times you're going to get the call, unless you throw an elbow or something out there. Foul shooting is going to come down to, for both these teams, is going to determine who goes home with who keeps playing in the NCAA tournament. This is fun. This is fun. Yeah, he was sliding with him, and the shoulder got turned in, but you can't be moving. You've got to establish that spot on the floor.
Coach, the number of the night so far is FDU has taken 6 free throws. They've made 4 of them. Wagner has taken 20.
Wow.
And they've made 12. They've missed 8 of them.
Game be a lot different if he made 5 or 6 of those.
Towns makes it, and the lead grows to 8.
A little more extended defense right now. 1-2-2.
I'd ask you, where's the offense going to come from? Carey's on the bench now for Wagner.
That's exactly why I believe they put the trap in when they saw Carey go to the bench. He's been the strongest ball handler for them.
Cooper. He got away with an elbow.
We like to call that a chicken wing got thrown out there, but you know what? They're probably doing a better job than you and I. I wouldn't say that if I was over with either one of the coaches, by the way.
Ed Mead's not coming back in. He went to the bench, and Carey's on the bench. Is this because there's 41 seconds left until the 4-minute break?
Everybody has their own system. Mine is always by situation, not necessarily by time. And here's another missed foul.
12-21 now.
Yeah, once again, hasn't come played in yet, but as these minutes start shrinking down, it does come in big-time play.
And you can see it. You're watching at home, and you're a fan of Wagner. These things, you're gnashing your teeth. Missed free throws. Those are 3 points. The lead is 7.
In this game, it means nothing, to be honest with you. 1-3-1 trap, half-court trap now by Wagner. So they're going to go 4 corners against us and usually a high post. Trying to get the trap on the wing.
Anderson to Holloway, gets it back. Potts is roaming around the 3-point line when he gets the ball. Corner 3, Towns. He has come up big.
They really did a great job. 4 passes all the way around.
A lead at 10, the biggest of the game for FDU with 4:04 to go. Great box out by Holloway, and he has been a difference
Tremendous
maker.
box out. You know, putting him back in for defensive purposes, nothing else, has been terrific for them.
You made the good point. He went to the bench after that silly foul and said, you're going to...
At times, bad shots, sometimes a little slacky defense, and they haven't rebounded. But right now, they're getting all 3 put together down the stretch of this game. Long time to go, though.
Their biggest lead of the night is 10. Holloway looks good on the free throw line. He gets that to go. The freshman 6'7", out of Pittsgrove, New Jersey, playing with 4 fouls.
We use that word poise early, 13-2 and so on, and they never panicked. Poise is a great thing in basketball.
Michael Carey's back in the game for Wagner.
You got to find him. I mean, they know that as well as I do.
He sets the screen. 3-pointer, way off.
Wow.
Towns with the board. They throw down court. Anderson open, gets it to go. Darian Anderson at 73-60.
They must have saw something on tape, Carl, because they've leaked out about 5 different times, and 4 of them have been very successful. Yep.
Their first made 3 of the second half. They're now 1 for 10.
I consider this a tough time. I like being up 10, as FDU is, but I don't want to slow it too much. How can I get back and make a run at this thing? But I got to change. I just can't play it straight up.
Now they're going with a full court press. And broken easily by FDU. Up top pressure.
And FDU, I don't like the pass.
Bounce pass didn't work. The steal ahead to Anderson.
You didn't need it that day.
They're going to get a foul out top on Jiggets.
It stops the clock, too.
Yep. They go to the line, shooting 2.
Remember I said that you get in between? And that's just what happened. You get in between. He made great penetration. Anderson made great penetration, but then didn't know, should I bring it back out and take clock, or should I go after the rim? Go after the rim and you get that deep. What happened with stolen ball? Here's 2 shots.
Corey Henson, an 89% free throw shoot.
Yeah, not a good guy to foul, obviously. And we got, as I said before, a long way to go.
Yeah, I figured you would say with about 20 seconds left is when you think, like, we're down 10, we can't.
Yeah, maybe no seconds.
Yeah.
Maybe a 5-second violation coming.
They got it into Anderson, that full court pressure, and the half-court defense sped the game up a little bit on the last trip down for it.
It really did. That's a great point. The old rules could be 5 seconds. Not now. When you're holding, it's 5 seconds. Not when you're dribbling.
The drive, another tough pass. It goes off the hands of Holloway.
In between once again. Shoot it, dribble it, or pass it, but don't get in between. A three here is a whole different world.
The step through, the dunk, down low, I should say, the drop-off, non-dunk by Carey, but it's just a 6-point game.
And there's still plenty of time.
Back-to-back empty trips for FDU.
See what I'm saying? He's not even looking at the rim. I'm not saying he should have, but you can't just dribble the ball out and think of the clock. Pretty soon, you won't score.
Wagner's defense causing problems. They're going to get a foul. Good effort from Edmead, but they got him.
He's got to go after that ball. Terrific effort. There's no problem that one. It was probably the right call, but he's got to go after the ball.
They'll still shoot one-on-one.
Yeah, 10, I think. One-on-one, I'm sorry. 10 with FDU. These are big foul shots, I said before. These are the ones I always think that really, really count. If they're coming back at us, you've got to score some points.
Marcus Towns, not a great free throw shooter at 63%.
Well, you want him to be right now. I don't care about the year. I just care about now.
Be 100 now.
No, not even close. Let's see what they go.
Chance to get it to 3 with a 3.
Big time travel.
Rough shot. Carey says that ball is off FDU, and the ref agrees with him. What hustle by Carey. He was the only guy who went to the offensive glass for Wagner.
You know, I've been thinking now with 140, more pressure up.
There's been some empty trips. They're going to get a foul there as well on the ground. You know, they've had the loose balls that have led to a couple of fouls, and now going to the free throw line, Darian Anderson, a little different than Towns. Anderson's an 80% free throw shooter.
Yeah, very good shooter. And once again, you know, you've got to make these shots. You practice them all the time. Make these shots. Let's see how we play in this. Yeah, you know, everybody does things differently. I want 2 guys in there, and I still think I can get back. And they're playing the 2 big guys that haven't done it all day together. Right. You know what's that for? Rebound. Right. There's no other reason.
And you don't want Holloway to get his 5th foul.
No, it's good game. Now, I'd be yelling when someone blocks my shooter out, and everybody does it. Guys have done it for 100 years. But what's saying is step in.
75-67 as Anderson makes them both. 1:40 to go. Big trip down now. Trailing.
Enormous trip. Enormous trip. Good pass. A bang. But the hardest thing is that the bumps now are all being called, as well as they should.
Yeah.
He impeded his way to the rim, but it's stopping the clock. I'd like to see this over again. Yeah, it's a pretty good ward-off. I don't know.
Miller got his hand in there, though.
Yeah.
Well, now it's up to Edmead. They have missed a ton of free throws. He's an 86% free throw shooter. And Bashir Mason in only his 4th year here at 32, the 2nd youngest coach.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm sure Bashir can really coach defense. He can really coach. He's a terrific young coach.
Played at Drexel for 4 years and was an all-defensive player in conference all 4 years. You step out of bounds, Saunders?
Yep. Tell you what, if I'm there, I'd ask my one, like, you think they might box him out in these situations with 1:30 to go in the championship game?
Wagner trails by 7, Coach. They've missed 10 free throws in the game. Trap pays off. They get a steal. Edmead. That's going to be a...
I think he was in the arc. I'd like to see it again, but I think he was in the arc. What do you got?
I'm with you. I'd like to see it again, too.
All right.
He's out of the arc.
He's not out of the arc. He's moving. He's moving. Yeah, you know, it stopped the clock 3 times now in the last 8 seconds. And that hurts.
Back to FDU on the offense. Anderson all the way to the hole. We're going to get a basket and a big one.
He did foul. The great thing he did, Carl, he did not think about taking time off. He saw we have 2 for 1 where you get a dunk or a layup, makes a terrific play. You can't be in between, and he wasn't. Watch him go to the rim. All are done.
Carey slid in on
yeah, you got to make sure you don't hold up.
Darian Anderson to give them a 10-point lead with 1:21 to go.
In the coaching world, that's a long, long time. In any world, fan world, player world.
Wagner's missed free throws and a lot of threes in the second half.
Yep.
Pull-up jumper good there.
Good rhythm, too.
Corey Henson.
Yeah, I like that shot. You can't get the three. You got to get a... Boy, they're getting that ball so deep in the corner.
Hawks nowhere to go. There's a steal. Anderson, tough shot. They're going to get a body foul on Darian Anderson. Potts is down on the ground. Looks like he may be banged up a little bit.
That was a real bad. I thought he really got hit pretty good in here. Let's see. I guess.
On the spin is where it
yeah. But he just put his elbow into his face. Accidental, obviously. But clearly was not the kind of play you'd like to see.
Juan Anderson, a 70% free throw shooter at the line. That's been
I feel
like
like, I hate to see a team who really shoots fouls well. I think they're 73 during the year. You hate to see them not make shots, but the way this game's going, there's still plenty of time. This has been a long 3 minutes.
They've missed 11 free throws.
Let's see if they break the pressure in the corner again, which is really hurting them. Much better job. And he's got to hold it.
Foul out top, and that's going to send Anderson to the line.
And you've got to play the percentage against your best foul shooter. Okay. I mean, both teams are doing the right things. The only thing I would criticize FDU for, you can't keep patching in what he called the dead man's corner. By that I mean, it's hard. You've got two lines, baseline, sideline, trapping you, along with two guys, and then they take away the middle pass.
Fairleigh Dickinson has been to the NCAA tournament 4 times, 85, 88, 98, and 2005.
I remember 98. Elijah Allen had only 43 against us, and we got to win by 7 in Worcester, Massachusetts. They had a heck of a team, and he was a terrific player. I don't know if I said it to my players during the game, how good he was, but...
Makes them both. The lead is 9. Perry has not got any shots here late in the game. Saunders, 3 way off. Rebound Miller, he gets fouled, and with 35 to go, it feels like this is FDU's trip to the tournament.
Well, what we would say is 2 more possessions. Got to make foul shots, stop them, get the rebound, and the game should be ours. And by the way, Wagner's done everything they should do. Foul them, strip the ball. They haven't been finished at the foul line.
Fairleigh Dickinson was 17 and 14 this season, 11 and 7 in the conference. Miller misses the free throw.
I told you that 73 wouldn't win this game. 71 is what Wagner has now. That's why you got to keep going when you see the opportunity.
Short offensive rebound, Anderson, and he's the guy that FDU wants to have at the free throw line.
You know, you tell your kids all along, and sometimes what happens is, in the emotion of the moment, you don't go back to what you do well. And I give a great deal of credit to both teams. This has been a terrific basketball game, but just a simple thing as not a box out might finalize the situation.
80% free throw shooters get rolls like that. The lead grows.
Nice soft touch. That's what it's all about. Now you don't want that. You can't foul him. You can't foul him. I know you want to give up the shot too, and they aren't making foul shots. I do understand that, but I hate that clock being stopped. How many stoppages have we had in the past minute and a half? And you try to avoid those. I know it's a tough thing, just like offense is.
Yep.
I've seen stranger things happen.
Greg Herenda is celebrating at the end of his bench. You can see him there in the upper right-hand corner.
Now, knowing me,
you're not doing that.
I know. What are you waiting for, Coach? Come on. It's not quite over yet. It's pretty close, though. But the pressure has given them problems. And they got an offensive rebound.
Turnaround long three. Rebound.
Foul. That was another three-point play. So in any of those situations, they could have been only 5, and the pressure, no question, is bothering FDU. By the way, both ends, no box out. Everybody's got the great stories. There's only 23 seconds left, down 7. Well, they make the great stories out of some of these games. I know I sound like a fatalistic, but I actually sound like an opportunist.
I think you sound like an opportunist. I like it.
Well, I mean, because I just don't feel that I'm dead if I'm on the Wagner bench, and I don't think I'm home if I'm on the FDU bench. That's just how I feel.
Saunders makes the first. You can't have the fatalistic guy. You can't have that.
No, you've got to believe that we have to do better things, and we have to protect ourselves so that bad things don't happen, and let's hope good things happen. That's what Wagner's thinking. Just made 2 foul shots. Let's get a steal.
Yeah, or foul. Or foul. Anderson back to
you don't have a choice right now, though. He tries to make the quick trap. I might have tried to go 5 seconds more, maybe, to get a good trap, but regardless, you don't have much choice. Wagner's good. They're beating right now a very good basketball team. You're one stop away right now from that bid that they have been dreaming about.
Anderson is 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Wow. And on this floor, Wagner the last 5 years, 54 and 17.
I like this. A little bit of pressure to make him take some time bringing it out. Don't foul.
He didn't foul him.
No, I agree.
Holloway's going to come out with his 5th.
Well, you just got to get away from the man and then get the layup.
So clear the space.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, +4, no. But this will make it only, if he makes it, only a 6-point game. How I look at it, I'm only down 2 threes. Need a steal and 3, and then let's see what happens.
Well, this team, FDU, did just that the last time they played here. Hit a couple of threes in the last minute. They'll go long, and they'll get it to the guy who's the free throw shooter. Anderson lays it up and in.
That should be game time.
That's the game.
You know, most teams won't throw that pass. But because Wagner is fully extended because they have nothing else to lose, terrific play by them. It takes a little bit of courage to make this play. Nice pass. And really nice finish.
Well, best case scenario was a 3-point play. Worst case for FDU was you send your best free throw shooter to the line, assuming he gets the ball, and he did.
Well, they faked going to the corner. They put 2 guys up on him. He flew, and he ran the fly play, and that should be the ball game.
Did you think that it was at all possible that Potts would not be the leading scorer for FDU tonight?
That's a great point. That's a great point. Get away. That's what you can tell these kids. Timeout.
Anderson's got 28 points tonight to lead the way.
Anderson has finished the deal, Carl, but the guy
of the 28, and just 8 seconds to go between an NCAA tournament. And this game being over for FDU. It's going to be Stefan Jiggets who goes to the line.
And when you go to the chapter on coming back, Wagner's doing everything right. The problem is they're doing all the right things also. With that league, they've done a great job of protecting. Mainly because they've made foul shots. You know?
Yeah, and the other team missed.
Exactly.
Likely the last trip down the floor for Wagner and for Bashir Mason. The NEC Coach of the Year, it's going to come up shy, and Greg Herenda and his team are going to advance to the tournament. Free throw is good.
Unless they have an 8-point play, I don't know about.
And that'll do it. For the first time since 2005, Fairleigh Dickinson goes to the NCAA tournament.